PC Master Race is a group of die-hard PC enthusiasts that believe that they experience the best in gaming because they have better hardware than found in consoles and a wide range of games to play. Groups like the PC Master Race, Exponers and Sony Ponies all like to hate on one another. But does the PC Master Race have good reason to be so full of themselves? Or at the end of the day, are they just trying to make themselves believe that the $800 for the GPU they bought was an intelligent purchase? Hey guys, I'm Stu from 3B and I'm about to poke the wasp's nest. Pokey pokey. Ever thought of subscribing to something just for the hell of it? Or because you are a geek, a gamer, love tech, TVs, gadgets, and learning how to get the most from them? Do you? So if you don't care either way and just love clicking stuff, then go and click the subscribe button. It's nice. Each click will give an angel its wings. No, wait, that's the bell. That's it, yeah. Each click on the bell will give an angel its new wings, or something like that. Who cares? Go on, just click them. So anyway, as geeks and gamers, we know of the PC Master Race, right? Myself, both as a console owner on all platforms and also having in the past spent silly amounts of money on a PC gaming rig, we are, as a collective, very aware of the somewhat caustic group called the PC Master Race. Now these people have spent a lot, if in some cases all of their money on a PC to make sure that they are the pinnacle of every gaming experience. But are they? Could the PC Master Race be dying and not experiencing anything any different from you or I on a console? Here's the thing. I've owned both a very high-end PC for VR on the Vive last year and have all the consoles. I've played and enjoyed games both on PC and on console. Now the amount of money I've spent on the gaming rig was never really justified, even when I was producing video and music on them. I still struggle to believe that there really is justification for such powerful hardware just for games. When playing a game on console, granted at a lower resolution with lesser graphics than a PC, the experience for me on console was more involved due to having a larger screen and the better sound and simply just ease of use. Whilst these games, sometimes the same game that I owned on PC too, for instance there's Forza, I failed to see the difference in graphic quality whilst playing them. Then when playing the same game on a PC at a higher resolution with better textures, I just couldn't see the difference. Not once did I stop and think that I wish that I was actually playing that same game on PC. So why bother with a PC? True, VR games on PC because of the hardware requirements are much better and currently better served on PC. I get that. There are certain hardcore gamers and professional gamers that require a high-end PC, and they compete generally just playing one particular game. Because of the nature of the control of those games, I can see how that is better served on PC with a keyboard and a mouse. I understand that, but I feel that for you, the casual gamer, the everyday gamer, it's not so important than using a controller in your hand, getting slightly lower quality textures and checkerboarding, or sometimes even true 4K at 30 to 60 FPS is enough for most of us. So consider also that games are developed primarily for the console market. Therefore it's all well and good having amazing textures, but given the majority of games are on console and that's the focus, the developer is not going to push those textures or create scenes and dynamics that require an NVIDIA GTX 1080 Ti, for instance. So developers will always develop for the main market and their biggest profit center. Now, granted, consoles are holding back development of games by a good margin. but they are catching up. You know, we've got the PS Pro and we've got the Xbox One X coming out in November. But yes, they're still a few years behind. And of course, in an ideal world, we'd all be running 1080 Ti's and the developers would be developing for one single platform and the leaps in games would be enormous. However, we live in a world where usually it's the weaker systems that have the market share because of the cost comparative is so great. And this leads to developers concentrating on those because that's where their profit is. Is the PC master race dead? Well, of course, not yet, but I think their argument of having a better experience is. Games are varying less and less these days. It's hard to justify the cost, no matter how well off you are, to build a rig just for playing games when you can get a near identical experience, if not in many cases a better experience, on a console costing half the price of a high-end GPU. Many of the great games are exclusive to console and half the time never ever come out for PC, or if they do, it's many years later. There will always be a market for high-end gear, as much as there is a market for people wanting to be better in anything in life, you know, to have the best car, for instance, or computer console, and the same can be applied to smartphones, you name it. So the PC master race is ironically somewhat blind of the truth that the money they spend is not actually serving them as well as they'd like, which leads to the diehards, the bile-spouting sorts that are vindictive, foul-mouthed and full of hate. We see them all the time. And I get it, you guys are upset, you believe you have something better. You kind of do, technically, but if that's the case, and if what you own is so good, why are you probably in the comment section below now giving me, and probably many like me, grief for pointing out something that is quite well documented and achingly true? That actually, you guys are not quite so special after all. The games you have are not that unique, and yes, you blew a lot of money on something that could be better served at half the price. My name is Stu, you've been watching 3B, and I'm quite sure this video is going to get a lot of hate. Love clicking things? I do, you do, we all do. Why not click some more things like the subscribe button? Or in fact, there's a bell button. How exciting! These mythical buttons make numbers grow and alerts appear like magic. Do it now and be part of the wonder of the interwebs. How about another video? Look, it's there. Lovely new video to watch when you're done clicking. Yummy.